structure introduction. At the top left of the machine is an alarm light. According to different alarm levels, there are high, medium, and low alarm prompts. The right side is the switch key, shortcut keys, and control jog shuttle. Shortcut key. Main menu key. Press this key to set the menu. Record key. When the device is configured with a printer, pressing this key will automatically print the measured parameters. Blood pressure measurement key. Press once to inflate the cuff and measure blood pressure once. Waveform freeze key. A short press will freeze the measured ECG waveform, which is convenient for doctors to carefully check the abnormal ECG waveform. Machine accessories introduction. The left side is a printer slot. The printer is an optional function, and the standard configuration does not have the printing function. At the bottom right of the machine is an optional model, which can be selected according to different clinical requirements. Anesthesia gas model, and tidal carbon dioxide model, anesthesia depth model, wireless network model. The right side of the machine is the sensor interface. This is our standard accessory. The first is the ECG lead cable. Our standard configuration is the 5-lead ECG lead cable. There will be a slot here. Align the slot on the machine when installing it. Next is our blood oxygen probe, Masimo technology. Our standard configuration is an adult blood oxygen probe. The interface has a slot, and the installation is aligned with the notch on the machine. The last one is our blood pressure cuff, Centec blood pressure technology. Connect to the blood pressure cuff to the blood pressure extension tube, and the extension tube is connected to the blood pressure interface of the monitor, and the interface will automatically jam. Interface display introduction. Press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to start the monitor and enter the operation interface. At the top of the interface is the status bar. The first item is a time setting. Click to set a specific time. The second item is patient management. Patient information can be set here. The default alarm limits for adults, children, or newborns are different in different modes. You can choose whether the pacing analyze function is turned on or off. Click this option to clear the existing data and create a new patient file. The third is the alarm area. It can display the alarm event, the name of the alarm event, and the time of the alarm. Click the ECG setting in the upper right corner. You can set the alarm switch, alarm level, alarm record, upper and lower alarm limits, and the source of heart rate can be obtained by selecting ECG or blood oxygen probe. Click the setting of HRV Analyze to check whether HRV problems occurred during the monitoring period. Corresponding to the right is the ECG waveform. There are 7 adjustable lead modes. There are 1, 2, 3, AVR, AVL, AVF, and V. Below is the blood oxygen value display. This machine uses the latest Masimo technology to measure blood oxygen more accurately. After clicking to enter the blood oxygen setting interface, you can set the alarm switch settings, alarm level settings, alarm records, waveform speed, pulse volume, and measurement sensitivity below, all of which can be adjusted. On the right are the upper and lower limits of blood oxygen and pulse rate alarms. The right side corresponds to the blood oxygen volume waveform. Below is the invasive blood pressure value. There are 2 display channels for invasive blood pressure. The channel can choose the blood pressure value of different parts, such as central venous pressure, pulmonary artery pressure, right arterial pressure. Corresponding to the right is the RAP, CVP waveform. Below is our respiration rate. The respiration rate setting is meaning to set its respiratory leads. There are 4 respiratory leads that can be selected to make the respiratory rate monitoring more accurate. The right side corresponds to the respiratory waveform. The bottom is non-invasive blood pressure. We use Centec blood pressure measurement technology to measure blood pressure more accurately. Click to enter the blood pressure setting interface. You can set the measurement mode. There are 3 modes: automatic mode, continuous measurement, and manual mode. Below is the body temperature setting. Our device supports dual-channel body temperature management. Our device supports dual-channel body temperature measurement. At the right side is the body temperature alarm setting. At the bottom is the setting of anesthetic gas EG, which can be set to control the amount of anesthetic gas. The corresponding parameters on the right are the specific parameters of anesthetic gas: carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, anesthetic concentration, oxygen waveform and concentration, specific data of inhalation and exhalation. Menu bar introduction. Below the display area is our menu setting bar. File interface settings. This is the standard interface, standard display interface. Dynamic trend interface. The real-time waveform is in the middle of this circle, and the parameter trend graph is on the left. You can see the trend changes in the parameters within 2 hours. CRG interface display. This interface mainly integrates heart rate, respiration rate, and blood oxygen saturation. The other bad observation interface shows if there are multiple devices in the department connected to the internet, we can view the parameters of the bed monitor through the network. Large font interface display. The main parameters are enlarged and displayed, which is convenient for medical monitoring. This is the alarm silence. This is the record key. The functions of those 2 keys are the same as the shortcut keys. Next is the information review. There are 5 items here. The first item is blood pressure review. You can revisit historical blood pressure measurements. The second item is a review of alarm events. First, select a certain period of time and start to query the alarm events within this period. The third item is the trend graph review. Here we can see the long-term trend changes of all parameters, such as our heart rate, respiration rate, body temperature, ST segment, blood oxygen, blood pressure, body temperature. The fourth item is the trend list. In the form of a list, a set of data will be recorded at regular intervals. Here you can select the recording interval. The fifth item is waveform playback, meaning for ECG waveform, blood oxygen waveform, and respiratory rate waveform. There are the contents of the review interface. Next is the graphics freeze. Next is the main menu. Next is non-invasive blood pressure. Click to measure blood pressure. Next is the lock screen. After clicking, the shortcut interface is locked and cannot be clicked to select, and then it will be unlocked on a standalone basis. Next is the alarm setting, which can set parameters such as ECG, blood oxygen, temperature, non-invasive blood pressure, upper and lower limits of respiration rate. Next is the sound setting. There are 5 types of volume, which are the heartbeat volume, pulse volume, keyboard volume, alarm mute time, alarm volume. Click to adjust the volume of these parameters. Next is patient management, which is the same as the patient management function in the status bar. Next is the system standby. You can set the shutdown. Next is an automatic measurement. You can set a time interval for automatic blood pressure measurement. Next is the calculation of drug concentration. You can set the total amount, concentration, dose, and other values of the drug to facilitate the reference of the data during medical rounds. Next is the trend table display. You can view the parameter changes corresponding to each parameter. Next is the trend graph display, which can display the trend graph changes of parameters. Next is the non-invasive blood pressure review. You can view the historical measured blood pressure values. Next is the waveform playback. You can play back the waveform. Next is the screen brightness. You can adjust the screen brightness. The next step is to record the output settings, which is convenient for doctors and nurses to capture the moment when the parameter is abnormal. Daily maintenance. The monitor should be cleaned and disinfected regularly. It is recommended to use ethanol and ammonia. When cleaning, please turn off the monitor, disconnect the AC power, wipe with a cotton ball, and finally dry with a dry cloth. After 12 months of continuous use of the monitor, it's recommended that qualified maintenance personnel conduct a comprehensive inspection and calibration.